Have you ever had a week where nothing got published? You had a few pieces sitting in the pipeline, one waiting for approval, one stuck with the designer, one that just never made it to scheduling in time, all of them close to done, but none of them out the door? If so, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Daphne, co-founder of VeraContent, a global content marketing agency. Today I'm going to walk you through what I call a partly automated content workflow. A system where the busy work, the reminders, the handoffs, the status updates, runs on its own, so you and your team can spend your time on the actual thinking. I'll go through all 5 stages of the content process, and at each one, go through exactly what's worth automating and what should always stay in human hands. But before I go into the 5 steps, one thing needs to be in place first. Run this whole workflow through a dedicated project management tool. That's what gives every stage a single place to live. So a piece of content's status, its owner, and its deadline are visible to everyone so nobody has to ask. At VeraContent, we build most of our client workflows in monday.com. Tools like Asana, ClickUp, Airtable, or Notion can all support a similar setup. So use whatever tool your team is already comfortable in. If your content production is smaller, you don't need a dedicated platform to get these same benefits. Google Workspace Studio, paired with Gemini and Sheets, can handle a lot of this automation without writing a single line of code. Okay, so let's get into the steps. Step 1, strategy and ideation. This is where most teams lose time before they've even started writing. Without a clear link between a piece of content and an actual business goal, a team defaults to, what should we post this month? That question alone burns hours and produces generic content because nobody's anchored to anything specific. The fix is a small set of content pillars, each tied to a goal, so that link is already made before an idea gets logged. From there, you can automate the parts that don't need judgment. A shared content board that logs every new idea the second someone raises it. An auto tag that sorts a new idea into the right pillar or market as soon as it's added. And a trigger that creates the brief document the second an idea's status flips to approved. So nobody's opening a blank doc or starting from zero. What doesn't get automated here is the judgment call on whether an idea is actually worth pursuing. That's still a person deciding. Step 2, production. It's very tempting to think that AI's job in production is just writing things faster. That's not actually the most useful part. The more valuable role is running the flow around the content. Assigning a new brief to the writer, notifying a designer the second visuals are needed, pinging an editor the second a draft status changes to ready for review. At VeraContent, we build most of our client workflows in monday.com for this exact reason. The moment a draft moves to the next status, the next person in line gets notified automatically. So nobody ends up sending messages like, hey, it's your turn. Another small thing that can stall production is document access. If a writer gets assigned a task but doesn't have access to the doc they need, that's a whole extra back and forth before any actual writing happens. If you're working within a Google Workspace workflow, you can automate this. Set it up so that whenever a new writer is assigned a task, they're automatically given editing access to the required docs. No one has to remember to share the file manually. Step 3, review and approval. This is the single biggest bottleneck in most content operations, especially if you're in a regulated industry or you've got multiple stakeholders signing off. The fix starts with ownership. One accountable person per content type. So who approves this has one answer instead of 5. Pair that with a routing rule that sends content to the right reviewer automatically, based on market, content type, or risk level. Then build an escalation rule. Give routine content a standard 24 to 48 hour review window. If it sits untouched past that, an automatic nudge fires, or the content goes to a backup approver. That one rule alone catches most of the delays that would otherwise sit until a deadline slips. What to automate? The deadline reminder that fires a day before something's due. The notification to the reviewer the moment a draft is ready. The follow-up nudge if somebody's touched it. What stays human? The actual approval. Nobody's signing off on brand or legal risk except a person. Step 4, publishing and distribution. Scheduling, formatting, cross-posting are some of the easiest things to automate, and they're often left manual anyway. The goal isn't to add another tool, but to use the one you're already in. If your team runs on monday.com, native apps like Social Media Manager or Publisher let you schedule directly from the same board that the content was produced on. If your design work runs through Canva, you can schedule straight from there too. Whichever tool handles your scheduling should be the same one feeding your reporting, because that's what makes the next stage far less painful. Step 5, analysis. Monthly reporting should not mean someone pulling out data and numbers from 4 different dashboards. If your scheduling tool already has native reporting, start there before adding anything else. If you're pulling from multiple platforms, a connector like Zapier can centralize the numbers into one spreadsheet on a set schedule, so they're ready before anyone sits down to look at them. From there, AI can draft a first pass of what's changed since last month. That frees up a person's time to focus on what the numbers actually mean for the next round of strategy, instead of spending that time compiling them in the first place. So to recap, tie every idea to a goal before it enters production. Automate the handoffs in production, but never the human review. Give every piece of content one clear owner and an escalation rule, so approvals don't stall. Publish from whatever tool you're already using. Don't stack on a new one. And let automation pull your reporting numbers, but let a person decide what those numbers mean. Do this well, and the difference isn't just fewer chased down Slack messages. It's a team that can actually keep up with the amount of content and the type of content that is being asked to produce. This is exactly the kind of workflow that we help our clients build at VeraContent, whether that's inside Monday.com or a simpler setup with Sheets and Gemini, depending on what a team actually needs. If you want help mapping this out for your own content operation, there's a link in the description to book a call with us. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more marketing tips and insights. And if you liked this video, make sure to watch the next one.